Hey guys, we're here approaching the end of month 1.
Yeah, we're on our 5th week.
Feeling good about things. We're gonna share our dinner here with you. So I've been thinking a lot about what we've been doing so far, and we've been doing keto for 2 years now prior to starting this, so we're pretty well used to eating a lot of fat and kind of what the diet looks like. And even we have trouble some days with the fat amount. So if you have not been doing keto prior to this, you're just starting with this course, it's definitely gonna be a challenge for you to be getting your fat in, and you really wanna hit your macros every day. So fat bombs are gonna be pretty crucial.
So like 80-20 ground beef
Yep.
has been my lifesaver, and sausages that are more fat than more protein.
You really have to make an effort to get in the additional fat. It's not just fatty cuts of meat, a little bit of veggies. That doesn't really get you there. You gotta add some fat into it.
So if you are struggling, it is completely normal because we are too.
So for dinner here, we have something a little weird because we just got a new cooking device. So this is in a mason jar. 3 ounces of pork belly, which we got from Trader Joe's. They sell pre-cooked pork belly. 4 egg yolks, 1 whole egg, and a tablespoon of butter. And then I have 1 ounce of Brazil nuts here.
And then I have 5 ounces of ground beef, 1 whole egg, 3 yolks, and 1 ounce of goat cheese. And that is a totally standard meal for me. I love ground beef, and having the yolks has just been really delicious, but also great for my macros and Matt's as well. So let's talk weight.
Okay, I'm dropping weight pretty
Like crazy.
quickly and just like seamlessly. It's going straight down in a line like
So
this.
you're like 8 pounds down, right?
Yeah, I'm
From
8
starting
pounds,
out?
8 pounds down so far.
I think I'm like maybe 3 pounds down. So I'm stalling pretty hard for the entire month, just fluctuating up and down. I mean, honestly, it's been really stressful, and like every time I weigh myself, I'm really excited, and then I get on the scale and I'm disappointed. So what I've been doing is we've been taking progress pictures every week. So I'll look at week 3 to week 4, and then next week I'll look for week 4 to week 5. And if I see changes in my pictures, which I have been, then I really feel good about my progress. I could see bigger differences in my pictures than I can in Matt's.
Yeah, more people have said they notice a difference in her pictures, which is good.
And we're constantly talking to each other about how little of a sacrifice this is for such a long-term gain.
Yeah.
Missing out on little social outings or not having the dozen wings during the football game, it's not gonna make that big of a difference in your life, but doing something drastic like this and taking control of your food and the way you look at food is going to be so beneficial for you moving forward.
When you really think about it, this is such a better experience to have for the rest of your life than a couple beers while you watch the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah. So our macros went down a little bit, and I didn't really notice the shift. It's usually like midway into the week I noticed, oh, I'm eating a little bit less. Today's not been bad at all. I'm full, I'm feeling good.
I would actually have to say it's getting pretty tough for me. It's not anything that I'm really like, you know, considering breaking the macros or anything like that. The macro counting and keeping it, you know, a calorie deficit for such a consistent amount of time is pretty tough. I'm the type of person who needs just every once in a while to kick back on the couch with some wings or something like that. That's how I kind of do things, and not being able to do that for 3 months with the macros just going down and down and down is going to be kind of tough. I just keep telling myself, you know, there's not that many people that can do this, and it's a challenge. It's a personal challenge. I'm getting up there. I'm 29. How many more years of my life am I even going to be able to be in such a peak physical shape? So it's a small sacrifice. We're still alive.
Yeah. Feeling good?
I'm actually more alive than ever, I would say. Aside from just dealing with hunger occasionally, I'm really performing well. Maybe not performing the best in the gym, but other than that, just mentally, really feeling good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good mentally, and I feel like I'm still performing really well in the gym. Our cardio is going up, so my endurance is building, which is nice. We don't usually do that. The taper, I feel like, is so minimal each week that it's hard to tell such a big difference. This is definitely the best way to do it if you're gonna eat at a deficit.
It's so much more effective and even less difficult.
Yeah.
It's really hard when you do like a drastic change in your caloric intake, but this is just so easy. Like each week is only a little bit harder than the last, instead of how most people do diets where it's eating whatever you want and then really clamping down and making it hard. Like I guess I've always kind of known bodybuilders do a prep of some kind, you know, they plan it out, but I didn't realize it was really this applicable to just everyone. Like your standard person can do it and really have way better success than the dieting culture of today where it's just like, you know, jump into a big diet.
We got dinner
here, and we've been saving more of our calories for later in the day. That's been working because I just find myself more easier controlling my calories like earlier on in the days.
Yeah.
I have 3 eggs and a 7-ounce bison burger. Pretty much the same nutrition as a hamburger. And then I have an ounce of Brazil nuts here.
And then I have an egg, a 5-ounce bison burger, a cup of collards, and then 1 ounce of goat cheese. And then I still have 1 fat bomb left. I've been doing 2 big fat bombs every single day. That's been helping a lot.
Hope you guys are hanging in there.
Yeah.
Week 6.
And still going strong. I'm having a fat bomb.
Oh, I forgot our calories go down today.
Yeah, that's also why we're checking in, because we're sad about that.
I have a bulletproof coffee and 2 eggs. The lower my calories go, the longer I hold off to eat, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just...
Usually we were having like a good sized meal right after the gym in the first couple weeks, but now we push it off like 2, 3, we'll have our first actual solid meal, and then dinner at like 6. Oh, so my weight is heavily stalled. It's very frustrating.
So if you're having the same issue, maybe fast forward like 5 weeks and see where she's at then.
Yeah, maybe I'll be happy and looking super jacked. Gonna be a good week. It's gonna definitely, I'm gonna see changes. 6 weeks is like halfway through, right?
Yeah.
So,
whoa, already?
Yeah. It's going by quickly.
It's not as hard as you might be thinking it is.
Right.
Okay guys, so we are here. The Eagles just won the Super Bowl. Mega's from Philadelphia, so it's a big deal. But that experience, you know, it was definitely a sacrifice to not, you know, normally...
Eating wings, drinking.
Basically just not be eating wings. And it's not that hard. Like you're gonna have, there's gonna come occasions during the course of this 90 days or however long you want to do this for that you're gonna have to sacrifice. It's not without sacrifice. You could even like look at the calendar before you're starting this and pinpoint any foreseeable temptations that are coming along the way. Like we probably wouldn't have pinpointed Eagles being in the Super Bowl, but that ended up happening.
But that's the thing. Like there's always something that's gonna be in the way. Birthdays, anniversaries, promotions, regardless of when you decide to take control of your life and do something drastic like a cut, you're going to come across sacrifices you have to make. And sacrifices aren't a bad thing.
Most of life is just unchecked indulgence, basically. And for 90 days, you know, sacrificing is not that big of a deal. Oh, that's one of our biggest hacks, actually.
Just go into
if we're having a tough day, going to the movies really takes your mind off food. I'll even bring like sparkling water or something and maybe like a small snack. Still chugging along. I'm actually feeling really good about things. You know, calories going down, macros going down, but I'm embracing the challenge and I'm actually just feeling good about my calories going down. Now I want to see if I can do it. How are you feeling? You're not feeling as good.
No, I feel really good. I just have been stalling, so I'm just trying to trust the process.
What's your total weight loss?
2.6 pounds.
So what's going through your head? Are you upset about the weight? But you're looking at the pictures and you're seeing the progress.
Right, and so that's what's keeping me motivated. As long as you take pictures and you can see the progress, then I think it's easy to stay motivated. I'm actually not getting that. I'm not getting as hungry as you are, but
I'm definitely in a manageable hunger state though. But definitely pushing my meals back later and later, the lower the calories get. Doing just 2 meals now, that's really all I can afford because I want to have high calorie meals. I want to have at least like 800 calorie meals.
Yeah, our last meal is always really filling, so it holds us over until the next day.
I have been employing this hunger hack a little bit. Not too much, but every once in a while. Miracle Rice, I just put some almond butter and a little bit of normal butter, maybe some cinnamon, some stevia, make like a nice little sweet treat, and it has a lot of volume, so it really makes me full. So I had this today for dinner, about half of this package.
Hey guys, so I'm gonna do a quick solo entry. It's been 6 weeks, it's been a long time, and it definitely feels like it when you're tracking everything, when you're being really consistent and pushing yourself in the gym every day. The days can go slower than normally would. I'm not too hungry. The past 2 days, I would say I've been a lot hungrier than I normally have. I feel like I'm starting to push my body, but I really quickly want to touch on my progress so far. So I've lost a total of 3.5 pounds. It's really discouraging if I'm just going by the scale alone, because I've been consistent and tracking, and I feel like I've just been doing really well the past 6 weeks. And I have, it's frustrating when you don't see the scale move. Like earlier today, I was staring at my week 1 to week 6 pictures for like 20 minutes, just like, you know, pointing out all the differences I see, and that for me really helped. Like my measurements are going on the right direction and I feel good about that, but the weight is just, it's really just confusing, I guess. Like, why is my weight not going down? I did want to talk about this because I feel like it could be a common thing a lot of you guys might face. I want to be positive about this. I want to have a good mental outlook. So I'm getting it all out right now in this vlog, and maybe this will be something you could do. You could journal, or you can vlog about your journey as well. So I hope you guys are also pushing through and finding success and tracking your progress via pictures, via measurements, and not just the scale, because that can just be discouraging more than anything.
Okay, so we're really progressing through the 90 days here, and it is getting tougher and tougher, and I notice my mentality changing a little bit. I'm starting to notice myself trying to talk myself out of finishing this, basically. Like, you know, I've done so good for 5 or 6 weeks now. Do I really need to do the full 90 days? Like, isn't that a little bit too extreme? Just kind of talking like that. You know, this is a goal that I set, so I'm going to see it out till the end. I just got to keep telling myself that. It's going to get tougher and tougher. I can only imagine what I'm going to be telling myself in a few weeks. Starting to incorporate some of the hunger hack recipes that we have in the recipe section of this course. Those are helping, but I really don't want to rely on those too heavily yet. I've been doing them like once or twice a week. Just staying busy is something that's helping me a lot. I'm really noticing my body changing though, and the results are actually really incredible, so that's definitely keeping me motivated. Things are getting tough, but I'm also feeling really good about things. Another thing is just my energy and overall productivity have been really high. So what I like most about this is, even above and beyond the progress I'm making just in my body composition, is that I'm figuring a lot of stuff out for how to feel good after this course when I want to continue on just doing a keto diet that's more adaptable to my lifestyle, which is probably not tracking macros every single day, probably not slowly tapering down the calories week after week. It's probably just more of finding something that's sustainable and makes me feel really good. But throughout this course, I've definitely been keeping notes on, like, you know, okay, at this ratio of fat to protein, I'm feeling great. Maybe I'll revisit that after this course is done. Closing out week 7 strong. Celebrating with some 0-calorie snow cones. So this is just ice blended up, and then you pour some sweetener flavoring stuff on it.
It's surprisingly filling and satisfying.
As our calories are dropping, I've gone to a new meal timing schedule. And that's like the biggest variable in this whole thing for me. I've been messing around with, like, at the start I was doing 3 meals, or like 2 big meals and a big snack. What's been working great for me this past week is 2 to 3 bulletproof coffees in the morning. And I usually do 1 bulletproof tea, so like 2 coffees, 1 tea. And then I don't eat until about 4 p.m. and that's my only meal of the day. It's a big meal. It's about like 1,500 calories in that meal, and it fills me up and I feel full.
I decided to try that route out today.
Did you like it?
I didn't.
Okay.
So like the 1 meal a day style doesn't really work for me. I didn't feel as satisfied, still hungry after, and I don't think it really works for me. So I'm definitely gonna be splitting my food up.
Yeah, and this is just the way we're doing it, guys. By no means is it the only way to do it. If you guys have kind of been following along with the strategy of doing a fat fast in the morning, just kind of drinking your calories, doing 2 meals, which I was doing for a while, now I'm just really fully committed to 1 meal at about 4 p.m.
Just knowing that I'm gonna feel really full after the 1 meal keeps me motivated to stick to just having that 1 meal instead of spreading out into like little different meals.
And we are both close to 82% calories from fat this week, right?
I'm actually 83, just above 83%.
So that is extremely high.
Yeah.
But I'm actually really liking it a lot.
And finally this morning I hit right below 122, so 121.6, and that felt really good. It made me start off strong for week 8, and so I just have a really good feeling about the week. And sometimes that's gonna happen. You know, you're gonna see the scale and you're gonna feel really good, or you're not gonna feel really good.
Then I'm 187 this morning, and I was 187 about a week ago, and then I kind of climbed up 1.5 pounds, and now I'm back down to 187, so it seems like 187 is my new floor that I'm trying to break through.
Yeah.
And 187 for me, just for some kind of frame of reference, that is like 3 years ago weight, basically. Like, I have not been that low in a while. I have definitely found something that's working really well for me these past couple days, so I want to share that with you. So it is 7:30. I just finished my bulletproof coffee. The strategy I've been doing lately, really prolonging my first meal that contains actual food until like 4 or 5, and then that's my only meal of the day. We usually go to the gym around 9, and then I come back, I have a couple more drinks, usually like teas or maybe one more coffee with some fat added to it. Keep doing that until I can't wait any longer. Usually that's around 4.
I'm seeing small changes in my body, but I feel like I'm so strict with my macros. I'm hitting the gym, like I'm doing everything I can in my power to control, and I feel like I'm not seeing the progress I want to see.
Well, I see it in the pictures. You just
Yeah.
thinking too much about the scale weight, I feel like.
It's easy to get frustrated about the scale weight. My body's gonna take its time to really figure it out, and I just have to be patient and trust the process.
For me, I feel like I've almost already succeeded with the whole prep. Like, I look the best I've ever looked. I've lost like 14 pounds or so. I'm more interested in just the mental challenge of the last month here. As far as what's been going on, it's definitely getting a little bit harder, but by no means is it like super hard yet.
Right.
And one thing we've been adding in, and I would recommend if you guys are struggling with the hunger, this Miracle Rice. You can get it on Amazon. I've been having like one of these packages about 3 times a week. That helps me just feel full because it's 0 calorie. And then one other thing I've been doing and I'm gonna continue with is making one of those breakfast frittatas for meal prep. We have a couple of them linked in the recipe section of the course. Those for some reason are just really filling and they're nice. You can just microwave them.
All right, so this was a good week. I'm excited to see my change in macros and also see some body changes.